Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to the Northern Arizona Wranglers pregame show as the Wranglers hit the road for their first road game of the 2025 season to battle the Bay Area Panthers. And Ed, are we familiar with a lot of those Bay Area Panthers, my friend?
Yes, we are. We are familiar with Rob Keefe, Les Moss, Rod Windsor, Josh Jones, Tosin Oyekanmi, CJ, RZ McCorker. Oh my gosh, it's endless. Darren Hungerford, former Northern Arizona Wranglers. There's a slew of Wranglers on the Bay Area Panthers. That's why they're so good. In addition to just wrangling so much other talent on that football team, it's going to be a battle today. We always know, JP and folks, when they go to San Jose, when they go to the SAP Center, it is going to be a war for 4 quarters. So the Wranglers better get ready. They better strap their boots on and get ready. Strap their boots on, get their hard hats ready, because it's going to be a hard day at work on Sunday.
There's no doubt about it. It is the sole game in the Indoor Football League tonight, and we are so excited for this matchup between your Northern Arizona Wranglers and those Bay Area Panthers. We're going to have some special guests joining us here in just a little bit. Our Director of Communications will be hopefully providing us some live shots from inside the SAP Center there in San Jose, California. And then we're also going to take our way up to Prescott, Arizona, and check in with the official Wrangler Sports Bar, Ed, the Fat Frog, and owner Mr. Damian Hartz will join us. And we got some Wranglers watch party going on up there. So it's going to be a fun night of Indoor Football League action. And we're going to kick it off for you right here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers YouTube channel.
Yeah, couldn't be a bigger game in week 4, which is crazy because this is only the second game for the Wranglers. It's a crazy schedule for the Indoor Football League. How is Quad City already 4-0? They've already played 4 games, JP. The Rattlers have already played 3 games. This is only our second game, but they'll all figure it out. But this is a huge game, of course, in the Western Conference for the Wranglers and the Panthers. And, of course, we know, again, it's going to be a battle. If the Wranglers are going to come out victorious today, they've got to do a lot of things great, and a lot of things that are going to go wrong, they've got to minimize that.
There'll be some bright spots that we'll focus on here in just a little minute. We'll take a commercial timeout and return for more of the pregame show. We'll take a look back at that opening game as the Wranglers hosted the brand new Fishers Freight team from Fishers, Indiana. And then, we'll preview tonight's matchup between your Northern Arizona Wranglers and those Bay Area Panthers. Stay with us. More to come right here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers YouTube channel for the pregame show.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
We welcome you back here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers pregame show. You are looking high atop the SAP Center in San Jose, California. And Ed, you mentioned it, always a battle when these two teams get together, very close games. And oftentimes the battle between the Panthers and the Wranglers comes down to the wire, and we don't expect anything different tonight inside the SAP Center.
Oh, of course not. The Bay Area Panthers come in 1-1, coming off a big 23-point victory over San Diego last week at the SAP Center, and of course the Wranglers lost their opening game to the Fishers Freight up at the Findlay Toyota Center. So it's looking for them to get their first victory of the season and hand Bay Area their second loss of the season.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun night tonight. I am also very excited to see game number 2 from quarterback CJ Fowler. He had a great game against Fishers Freight a couple of weeks ago, and I'm excited to see what the offense can do tonight against Bay Area and that defense out there in San Jose, which is very, very staunch, as we well know.
Yeah, we just mentioned they held San Diego last week to 18 points, scored 41, so they won by 23. Josh Jones is out there doing some magnificent things for Bay Area. He's got 310 yards passing, 5 touchdowns already through 2 games. So, Josh is doing his thing out there in their defense. Again, giving up just 18 points to a really good San Diego Strike Force team. That's really, really tough when you've got you're holding those guys under 20 points, JP. That means you're doing something defensively.
Absolutely right. Let's take a look back just about 2 weeks ago as your Northern Arizona Wranglers hosted the brand new Fishers Freight team. There you see CJ Fowler, not afraid to hurt him with the legs when necessary. And this young man really looked good in that first game, Ed.
He did, JP, 14 of 25, 113 yards, a touchdown, and just the interception. He had 46 yards rushing on the ground and a 1 yard touch and a touchdown to go along with that, a 15-yarder. So, yeah, CJ looked really good in his opening game. And it was tough because they went up 14-0, went up 21-13 right there at the half. But then things just changed in the second half, JP. They couldn't get anything going offensively. They just scored 8 points, and then Fisher's Freight took over, scored 28 of their 41 points in the second half. So that's something they've got to clean up today, JP. They've got to be able to score in all 4 quarters. They can't just score in the first half. That was a really good knockdown right there on 4th down right there by number 6 by Page. That was a great play defensively. They got to do a lot of that again today against Josh Jones, JP.
And a big weapon the Wranglers carry into tonight's ball game is number 28. You see on your screen right there, Marvin Kinsey Jr. We're going to catch up with him next week before we square off against those Tucson Sugar Skulls. But this young man, number 28, you can see him right there, Ed. He's long, he's lean, he's tall. He's got a lot of strength, and he's able to run behind those pads and get into the end zone a couple times last week for the Wranglers in that first game.
Yeah, I was going to say, ran it to great effect. Ran the ball just 5 times, JP, but 2 of those rushes you mentioned were for touchdowns. Led the team in receiving yards against Fisher's Freight, 42 receiving yards on 3 catches. So Marvin Kinsey, number 28, is going to be a big part of NAZ's offense this season.
We'll take a quick commercial timeout, and when we return, we'll continue the Northern Arizona Wranglers pregame show as we walk you up to the IFL Network's coverage of Wranglers at Panthers starting just about 5:05 p.m. here in the Arizona time zone. Stay with us. We'll be back for more after the break.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
On game day, communication is everything. Procom offers the most powerful, most reliable headsets on the market. Paired with our state-of-the-art coach-to-player communication tools, your team is sure to dominate. It's time to communicate like a pro. Visit us at procomheadsets.com.
We welcome you back to the Northern Arizona Wranglers pregame show. James Spoovy comes to you live here alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Ed, we know all about this Bay Area Panthers squad, and they basically just picked up right where they left off in 2024, and they did just keep playing a tough, hard-nosed brand of football. They know how to get defensive stops when necessary, and they also know how to score some points as well as we take a look at their highlights against the San Diego Strike Force.
Yeah, when they won 41-18, dominated them at the SAP Center, or, of course, the Wranglers are going to take them on in about 25, 30 minutes. See Josh Jones doing Josh Jones things. He had 13 rushes, 53 yards, and a touchdown run against San Diego last week. So he was making things happen with his legs. Of course, we remember all the great things he did for the Northern Arizona Wranglers when he was here a couple seasons ago. He throws a touchdown pass right there to RZ McCorker, another Northern Arizona Wrangler. Folks, yeah, this is going to be the prevailing theme. A lot of Wranglers are with Bay Area, and they're making things happen. Josh Jones last week, 18 of 29, $142, 3 touchdowns right there. There's his 1 rushing touchdown right there for JJ. 3 touchdowns through the air, 1 that rushing touchdown right there. Joshua Tomas is going to be another guy that the defense for the Wranglers is going to have to account for. He had 21 yards rushing and a touchdown as Josh Jones throws a touchdown pass right there. Beautiful strike right there. So Josh Jones doing what he does, throwing a touchdown to Tyrese Chambers, 1 of 2 touchdowns for Tyrese on the day.
We know all about number 12, and I got to tell you, that's one of his most impressive parts of his game is not only the ability to throw those darts inside of tight windows when necessary, but he can run the football with some of the best quarterbacks, especially in the IFL, where it really lends himself to positive things for his football team.
And then you just see RZ McCorker with the speed getting around the edge. All he's got to do is pitch the ball to number 14, and he just makes things happen. And you see the defense right there for Bay Area coming after. Oh, my gosh. Ooh. Nate Davis felt that, didn't he, in the end zone, JP? That defense is relentless for Bay Area. So Coach Windsor's doing some amazing things with that defense. And what a shoestring catch right there, JP. Great catch back there by Tyrese Chambers for TD number 2.
Yeah, Chambers is a prolific wide receiver, no doubt, for the Bay Area Panthers. And you saw the other gentleman we'll have to contend with a couple times this season as well in Nate Davis. You talk about a guy who can just weather the storm. It doesn't matter if he's down by 14, maybe even 21 points in the fourth quarter. Any Nate Davis football team is never out of it.
Yeah, we've seen so many great battles with him over the years with the Northern Arizona Wranglers. And when San Diego comes to town or they go to San Diego again, that's going to be another all-out battle. An indoor war that we talk about in the indoor football league is going to be that. But today's going to be an indoor war out in San Jose with the Wranglers. If they want to come out victorious against these Bay Area Panthers, they're going to have to play pretty much a perfect brand of football. And we know that's difficult to do, but they've got to do their best to do that.
The Wranglers are definitely up for the task. So we'll take a brief commercial time out here. Make sure you stay with us. We got a lot of things coming your way when we come back from the break. We'll be joined here shortly by the Fat Frog up in Prescott, Arizona. Mr. Hartsky's kind enough to join us for that. And then we'll also be checking in live inside the SAP Center there in San Jose, California, with some live looks as the teams make their way out on the field as we get you ready for the Wranglers and the Panthers. Stay with us. More to come on the pregame show after the break.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 19...
On game day, communication is everything. Procom offers the most powerful, most reliable headsets on the market. Paired with our state-of-the-art coach-to-player communication tools, your team is sure to dominate. It's time to communicate like a pro. Visit us at procomheadsets.com.
We love our house. Been here for years.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
If you liked this video, please share it. And for more great Geico videos, hit the subscribe button. He's been practicing a lot lately.
We welcome you back here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers pregame show. James Spoovy alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Ed, let's get on up to Prescott, Arizona, and check in with Mr. Damian Hartz. He is at the Fat Frog, the official sports bar of your Northern Arizona Wranglers. Damian, tell us about the atmosphere inside the place there as we're getting ready for kickoff here in about a little over 20 minutes from now.
You know, it's a beautiful Sunday over here. Weather's fantastic. We got people pouring in. We got the game on about every other wall. Anything that you got here, we got right here at the bar. We've got plenty of viewing, plenty of seats, and we're ready to go.
Damian, for those who are watching that are on the way to the Fat Frog, what are some deals that you've got going on, food and drink wise, that they can look forward to once they get there?
So we've got some special beers that are $5 for a beer. We've got a chicken and green enchilada, chicken and chili quesadilla for $8, and that's pretty good also.
And Damian, tell us how that Wrangler burger is coming along that we talked about there at halftime of game one. Ed, there's going to be a Northern Arizona Wranglers burger there featured at the Fat Frogs, which is, I believe, going to replace the rodeo burger. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. We're working on some new menus right now, so we'll get that going, and we'll call it the Wrangler burger, and the perfect fit.
Can't wait to try it.
What's in it, Damian, for those who may be like, oh man, I want this Wrangler burger?
You get two smashed patties. It's a barbecue horseradish sauce and onion rings, and it's and cheese, and it's just fantastic.
Ooh, outstanding stuff. No doubt. I told you Ed and I are going to make our way up there sometime during the season for one of these road game shows, and we'll do it live from right there inside the Fat Frog sometime this season. So we'll get with you on that and let you know when we can make our way up the hill there and get that accomplished. So anything else you could tell us there about the Fat Frog before we let you go here?
Yeah, no, just come on down and watch the game. We're ready.
Let's go.
Wranglers.
Go Wranglers.
The
That's right.
Wranglers.
Thank you. Damian Hart's joining us from the Fat Frog there in Prescott. And Ed, good stuff there from Mr. Hart's, the official sports bar of your Northern Arizona Wranglers. Really cool stuff.
Yeah, we definitely got to get with Damien and figure when we can get up there to do a show. I want to try that Wrangler burger for sure.
Wouldn't it be fun to do this up there in Prescott one afternoon or one evening while these Wranglers are on the road sometime this season? So we'll look at our calendar and schedule for the rest of the season, and we'll make that happen sometime during one of those road games. So we'll step aside. We're about 20 minutes away from kickoff inside the SAP Center in San Jose, California. Of course, you can catch the game on the IFL Network if you just head over to iflnetwork.com. And Ed, I know you were talking about the ability to cut some highlights on there really easily as well. Is that right?
Yeah, we're going to try to see how this works. They've got a new cool thing as we look at our director of communications. Tucker Welsh is checking in from the SAP Center. Great shot there from the side view, right on the boards along the end zone side. But yeah, there's a great options in IFL Network page where you can watch the game. You can clip for social media. You can do what you need to do, download 30-second clips and post them on your social media. Like, hopefully, if it works for us, we're going to download and just pull clips as we're working. That way we can have content for halftime and post game. So we're going to see how this thing works. But it's a cool new feature that the IFL has implemented into their website for the iflnetwork.com.
It is absolutely cool, no doubt. As you can see, the team's getting ready to come out onto the field there. If Tucker can hear me, maybe he can turn his phone to the wide side there and give us that widescreen shot. There we go. As you see Coach James and the rest of the squad getting ready to come out onto the field there at the SAP Center. And looks like the Wranglers are going to rock the icy white look tonight, Ed.
I like the icy white look as we look at it from a side view. We try to get the white. There we go, Tuck. Good job. I love.
We got to see if Tucker's phone is capable of going widescreen, Ed. At this point, we got to figure that out.
I'm sure.
Anyway, great stuff being right there inside the building. As you see the coaching staff as well getting ready to come out onto the field there, and I can't wait to watch this one. This is going to be an exciting game, Ed. And it's going to be a telltale because this team has had almost 2 weeks to prepare for this game. They had last week was a bye week, of course. The team got some well-deserved time off, and then I know they've been hard at it this past week, and I'm excited to see the fruits of their labor tonight inside the SAP Center.
Yeah, it's good to get an early bye. You know, as you mentioned, you can lick your wounds a little bit from the Fisher's Freight game, and you can kind of get a little bit of rest and kind of prepare for Bay Area. Gives you a little bit of extra time to prepare for them. And then you get on the birds, you get out there and you get ready for Bay Area, which as we know, it's going to be a physical game, a hard fought game for the Wranglers to come out victorious. If they want to come out victorious, they've got to go above and beyond the call of duty to get today if they want to get their first victory, JP.
Yeah, it's going to take all they've got and maybe even them some. But I tell you what, there were really a lot of bright spots in that Fisher's Freight game, and I believe Coach James and the rest of the staff will have these guys prepared to play football tonight, and it should be a battle, to say the least.
Oh, it's absolutely going to be a battle for the entire 4 quarters of football. Is it never not a battle against Bay Area, whether it's there or in Prescott Valley? It's always one of those slobber knockers, as JP likes to say.
It looks like Vincent Sean is checking in with us. We want to give him a shout out. Yes, the Fat Frog is streaming the away games this year, and I believe they're going to also have our pregame shows on the as well, as I sent him the link. So look for Vincent to be there inside the Fat Frog next time. Great stuff there as well. And I really love the way that this community has embraced this football team, Ed, now going into our, can you believe it, 5th season.
I know 5 years have flown by. It's an amazing thing up there in Prescott Valley, and the entire community up there has embraced the Northern Arizona Wranglers. It is a high-quality, high-class organization. There we go. As the guys get ready to come out on the field, Coach James is telling the guys, get on the field. Let's get ready to go to war, boys.
Great stuff right there provided by Mr. Tucker Welch. Jenny Reel checking in here with us as well. Let's go Wranglers. Always great to hear from Jenny.
Yes, Miss Jenny.
And this is great stuff right here, taking us onto the field. Tuck, let's keep this going, my man.
I love
Good stuff right here. Looks like the Panthers are having some on-field activities right now as everything gets ready to go here for the 2025 season.
Look at that exclusive coverage, JP. Tucker just walking on the field as the director of communications should do.
Great stuff right there.
Awesome.
You see the Wranglers getting ready to go, and we've got you live on the field inside the SAP Center right here. Ed, I tell you what, I can't wait to see what goes on tonight. We learned that CJ Fowler will get the start again tonight. We might see some of Christian Arambide here this evening as well. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But the defense looked really good as well against those Fisher's Freight teams. Obviously, a couple of big plays given up there in that third quarter. But overall, really good stuff and a lot of bright spots there in that first game, Ed.
Oh, yeah, like bright spots. But one thing I would say, they've got to find a better way to shore up their running game. They gave up almost 200 yards rushing to Fisher's Freight. And we know that Josh Jones and the rest of the crew for Bay Area, Joshua Tomas, RZ McCorker, those guys love to run the football. So the defense is going to have to be – they got to play on their heels today, and they've got to play tight run defense because these guys will run all over you if you let Bay Area do it.
Yes, they will, and they've also got to keep their eyes on number 12, as we talked about earlier. He knows how to run that football, and we got to be able to maybe even have to have a spy on Josh Jones almost every play.
And here's the thing, JP.
Side gate there.
You look at the plays. Josh threw 29 passes last week against San Diego. They ran the ball 23 times, so they're balanced with their offense. So you know you're going to get just as much of a running game from Bay Area as much as you will from a passing game. So the defense has got to account for JJ with his legs as well as his arms and all of the weapons he's got to throw to. But we know the defense for the Northern Arizona Wranglers is up to the task.
No doubt about it, as we get that great field shot right there, courtesy of Mr. Tucker Welch. There's Coach James and the rest of the crew. Eddie McClendon there to your right had himself a magnificent game in game number 1. He's really going to be something special for this squad. I have a great feeling about him.
Oh, yeah. It was so good catching up with him and during training camp when we went up there for the one day. Had so much fun. He had one solo tackle, 4 assists against Fisher's Freight, so a total of 3 tackles. So EMC is making himself already known in his rookie season in the IFL, James.
No doubt about it. We'll take a brief commercial timeout, come back and wrap up the pregame show here as we get you ready for your Northern Arizona Wranglers and those Bay Area Panthers. Stay with us. We'll be back after a brief commercial timeout.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1990.
On game day, communication is everything. Procom offers the most powerful, most reliable headsets on the market. Paired with our state-of-the-art coach-to-player communication tools, your team is sure to dominate. It's time to communicate like a pro. Visit us at procomheadsets.com.
We welcome you back to the Northern Arizona Wranglers pregame show. We'll take you right back inside the SAP Center. As you see, the pyrotechnics are lit up and things are about ready to go there inside the building, Ed. Any final thoughts here before we wrap this up and encourage folks to head on over to the IFL Network for tonight's broadcast?
Again, play as mistake-free as you can today. Capitalize on every possession you can get, first, second, third, and fourth quarters, and just get pressure on number 12. Get to Josh Jones early and often and affect the way he throws the football and runs the football. What about you, JP?
Pressure. Yeah, it's going to take pressure on Josh Jones, and then also the Wranglers are going to have to take some shots down the field. They're going to have confidence in the wide receivers. The protection up front in that first game was really good, so I'm expecting the offensive line to pick up right where they left off in the last game. And then if these quarterbacks are able to pull that ripcord and get a few of these balls down the field, I think there could be some great results for the Wranglers tonight.
And JP, if this game is tight, it's going to always come down to special teams. Is it Axel Perez for Bay Area, again, another former Northern Arizona Wrangler, or is it going to be Brandon Fisher? So everybody's kicks are going to have to be on point because it may very well come down to a field goal or a rouge or something on special teams, whether it's a special teams return. That's going to make the difference in this football game.
As we well know, special teams can no doubt turn the tide in this indoor football league. As you see the Bay Area Panthers making their way out on the field, and we're giving you an exclusive look there from field level inside the SAP Center. Great stuff there. And we're about ready for the coin toss. We're going to go ahead and sign off here and remind you to check back in with us right here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers YouTube channel and Facebook page at halftime, as we'll be back to recap the first 2 quarters of tonight's contest between the Wranglers and the Bay Area Panthers. For now, we bid you adieu Enjoy the game. We'll see you at halftime, and head on over to the IFL Network for tonight's broadcast between your Northern Arizona Wranglers and the Bay Area Panthers. For my broadcast partner, Ed Cole, I'm James Poovey saying see you in 30 game minutes. And they ready.
Yes.
He ready to go. Kieran Page right
Come
there.
on, Kieran.
For your Northern Arizona Wranglers. I don't think we need to say any more than that, Ed. Let's play some football, baby. We'll
Go
see
Wranglers.
you folks at halftime. Go Wranglers.
Go Wranglers.